Good morning. Today is Thursday, March 24th, and it is a white day. Tomorrow will be a gear day. That means visible SJA gear on top with dress code appropriate bottoms. As a reminder, dress code appropriate bottoms are dress pants or skirts that are of appropriate length. All students who have signed up to take the Spring SAT or PSAT 10 on April 13th, please check your SEJ Labs email for the bagged lunch form. This must be filled out no later than April 6th. Please see Ms. Carr in the guidance office with any questions. Mamma Mia full cast is called at 3:30 p.m. today in the black box. Writer's block will not meet today, but we are looking forward to seeing you next week to try out a cool new writing app. And, as always, new members are welcome. In the meantime, happy writing. Knitting Club and the Debate and Discussion Club will not meet today. See you next week. The Festival of Bands, an annual celebration of band ensembles in St. Johnsbury, will be tonight at the St. Johnsbury School Gym. The Academy Band will be joined by the Town Band and the bands of the elementary school. This hour-long concert will feature musicians from ages 9 to 90, with an eclectic selection of music culminating with all bands playing together on the final piece. The concert begins at 7 p.m. and is free for all. On Monday, March 28th, come to the cafe to celebrate the maple season in Vermont. Start your day off with pancakes, maple sausage with maple syrup. In addition, maple sundaes will be available all day for only $3 and maple frosted donuts for $1.50. Round out your day with free slider fry baskets from 3 to 5 p.m. Come and enjoy a taste of maple. Happy birthday today to Brianna Barnes and Isaac Kraft. Happy birthday. Have a great day.
Thank you, Ashley. We'll begin the day with a presentation by Peyton Muller about Boys and Girls State. Peyton.
Hello and good morning. At about this time last year, I signed up for Boys State. It proved to be one of the most well-spent weeks I've had in a long time. And in preparation for this speech, I looked back through the packet I got on the first day, and I was just filled with happy memories. It was a great week. I will admit, though, that on that first day, I wanted to go home. They told us on the first day, you'll want to go home. But by the end of those 5 days, I didn't want to leave. I've talked about Boys State in a chapel before, so this time I want to talk more about my experience, so that you'll know what you'll be getting into if you decide to sign up. First thing that happens is you get your town, which is full of the people with whom you'll share a dorm and work closely with on your town's problem and not just participate in, but run town meetings. I grew incredibly close to the members of my town, and we did a lot of good work together. I ended up being elected to the school board, from which I and two other guys established a budget and found solutions to some problems. Some of the solutions we found were from deciding on whether or not to consolidate schools to establishing new programs for pre-K and kindergarten. Outside of the town, you choose one of three parties, stand-ins for Vermont's three major parties. And here's where the rubber meets the road. Here's where you start running for statewide office, if you so choose. You can run for governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general, etc. I chose to run for lieutenant governor. I was lucky enough to have written 2 good speeches, one during the primary and one during the general election, and I really think those are what got me elected. But running a campaign and shaking hands, coming up with policies it was all incredibly fun. And I got to meet a lot of wonderful, wonderful people. The candidates for governor had a debate, and if you know Henry Heilman, you can ask him what that was like. And as I already said, I was fortunate enough to have won my election, and so was Henry. And I went on to preside over the Senate session. I won't bore you with details about that, but if you know Silas Pearson, if you see him around campus, you can ask him about his committee, the full session, and how poorly I did presiding over it. Obviously, my experience is limited to Boys State. I didn't take part in Girls State because I wasn't exactly eligible. but I can say that they are both fantastic learning experiences. You'll learn a lot. You'll make lasting friendships. You'll have a lot of leadership opportunities. So if you're interested, you can email or ask Mr. Manius about signing up. If you see me around campus with any more questions, you can find me and ask me. And please consider signing up for Boys and Girls State. It's a wonderful program, and you won't regret it. Thank you.
So yesterday afternoon, I was driving back home listening to the Supreme Court hearings for a new justice, and the hearings are quite acrimonious, and there's a lot of political posturing going on. We do have an election coming up in the fall. Yet another plug for Boys and Girls State. You learn a lot about that. And I got to thinking, well, when was the last time when we had this kind of discord? And as a historian, I could think of only one time when there was worse discord, and that was the Civil War, when we were actually killing each other. And as you guys might know from previous chapels, President Lincoln is my favorite, and I thought of his plea to the American people to find the better angels of their nature. Simultaneously, over the last week, I've discovered Welcome to Earth, which is a show hosted by Will Smith on National Geographic. And I thought, here in this show are the better angels of human nature. There are three ideas offered to us by the explorers and Will Smith: perspective, attitude, and perception. These ideas are provided by particularly two explorers whose lives were changed when they were in high school. One fellow I watched last evening lost his leg in an accident, and now he has a high-tech prosthetic. He's one of the preeminent nature photographers in all the world. You wouldn't know that he had lost his leg. The other hosts actually two other shows. He's a fellow who lost his sight when he was in high school, yet he's climbed most all of the highest peaks on the 7 continents, and he still explores, paddles rivers. And what we find from them is that their perspective on the world changed when they lost something they thought they really needed. One guy lost his leg, the other guy lost his sight, and rather than feeling down about it, they took the opportunity to change their perspective on the world. In particular, it heightened their other senses. It showed an attitude of positivity, an attitude of opportunity, rather than one of negativity. They also bring Will Smith to places that he couldn't dream of, and they show him things that you can't perceive if you don't have an open mind. So Will Smith literally, and those of us in the audience, have our perspective changed by the end of each episode. Another thing that's been going on in the last several weeks is I've been conducting a lot of interviews with my colleagues around campus for folks who might want to work here. I also have written numerous recommendations for both students and faculty members. And I got to thinking about the idea of the better angel of our nature and what people are looking for. What are institutions looking for in candidates and applicants? And what I find is there are two ideas that tie into the notion of perspective, attitude, and perception. The first and foremost characteristic is work ethic. And surely, for these explorers to overcome what happened to them, their work ethic was extraordinary. The second, and equally important, is the idea of wonder and curiosity. The ability to know how to learn and to be eager to learn new things. There are two notions that any employer wants to know, or any institution wants to know of its applicants. What will you contribute to the organization, and how will you fit with that culture? On Monday, I talked about the small things that make a community better. I'd like you to do some personal reflection on your attitude, on your idea of wonder and curiosity, and your ability and willingness to learn new things, and what you contribute to this place and to our culture. Have a good day.